Amari's World. Chapter 2. Learning Shash-bash. Little Amari was fascinated by the sudden visit of her father's friend. His appearance drew a gold-plated statue in her mind. "How nice to see a gold-plated uncle," said Amari. The uncle was so kind and dear to her, but she felt that she was cornered and neglected. Why? Because she couldn't have a chat with this uncle. She only heard shash-bash from his talk. Because of this shash-bash barrier, she had to look at the uncle peeping through the space between the door and hinges. Although she was disappointed, her determination pinched her to learn this shash-bash somehow. "I must learn this shash-bash somehow," said Amari. Her mind also commanded her to learn this shash-bash somehow. On that day, Amari laid the foundation of building her house of Shash-bash. What did she do? She converted her playhouse into a play school. Amari converted her playhouse into a play school. A good decision. Amari had some neighboring friends named Prabhu, Ranga, Sanja, Neer and Chit. They normally played with bowls made up of coconut stalks and cooked play rice using soil. Coconut shells were used as utensil to cook this play rice. This play rice is known as kompittu. When her friends came to her, Amari had some neighboring friends named Prabhu, Ranga, Sanja, Neer and Chit. They normally played with bowls made up of coconut stalks and cooked play rice using soil. Coconut shells were used as utensil to cook this play rice. The play rice is known as kompittu. When her friends came to her house on that day, she shouted, "Hey guys, today we are going to start a play school. I'll be the teacher who teaches you Shash-bash." "What is this bosh-bosh?" asked little Prabhu. "Shash-bash, not bash-bash. Shash-bash. Don't you know Shash-bash? My father's friend talked in Shash-bash," said Amari. "We don't want to learn shash, said Sanja angrily. No one liked to learn this shash-bash. But little Amari didn't want to give up the idea of learning and teaching this shash-bash. She pleaded with her friends, "Shall we learn it only for today?" said Amari. "Okay, only for today." Amari felt that she was on the top of the world at that time, and she ran into her house and she draped her mother's sari and put her mother's black colored underskirt as her long hair and came running to the playhouse, wearing her mother's high heels to make tock tock sound. Amari's appearance made her friends to bring a huge laughter. In spite of the laughing river made by her friends, she continued her teaching. What? Shash-bash. How boring to learn this bash, 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 said Ranga furiously. Can I be the teacher now? Asked Chit. No, no, no. Only I know Shash-bash, said Amari. She had been teaching Shash-bash for few hours in spite of the groans and growls and fusses made by her friends. Next day, she was isolated in her. No one came to play with her. She was isolated in her play school. She felt very lonely and started crying. After a while, she was awakened by her inner mind. Then she realized that by crying and being frustrated, she never get a chance to achieve her Shash-bash dream. Then she decided to teach it to her pets, not the friends, pets. She had 3 dogs and 2 cats. Dogs were Mumpy, Brownie and Bobbity. Bingy and Cartoon were the names of cats. All pets had nice names while Amari was teaching Shash-bash in her play school. Amari was very happy because she had the audience. She wanted to increase the number of students in her play school. So, she decided to bring her mother's anthurium pots to her play school. She became very happy about this. She taught Shash-bash to both pets and anthurium pots. When she felt that anthurium pots didn't draw enough attention on learning Shash-bash, she started hitting them with a stick. But she never harassed her pet. What on the earth has happened to you, Amari? Her mother scolded her, although she felt very upset about the thing that she did. She determined to learn Shash-bash somehow. Ultimately, she decided to get help from her grandfather. Grandfather, can you help me to learn Shash-bash? What is this Shash-bash, darling? Asked grandfather kindly. My father's friend talked in Shash-bash, said Amari impatiently. That is not Shash-bash, darling. That is English language, said grandfather. Then only she got to know that Shash-bash's real name is English. She started asking some English words from grandfather and wrote the words with meaning in an old diary. These are the Started writing difficult words in an old diaries. She wrote the meanings of difficult words as well. She started reading small storybooks. She learned to find the difficult words from an old dictionary which belonged to her grandfather. Sometimes she read the same book more than 30 times. She was very happy when she came across a difficult word. She did this as a game. She memorized all the words that she wrote. She memorized the words with their meanings as well. She named these old diaries as difficult word writing books. She learned 10 words per day. She never forgets to talk with her pets and plants in English. One day she understood she was capable of reading big books without checking the difficult words frequently from the dictionary. Ultimately, Amari was able to build her home of Shash-bash, proving the saying, Rome was not built in a day. Amari continues to do the repairing of her house of Shash-bash by painting it with new color of English words. What do you think about this story? Please comment.